have some El Paso influence in the kitchens, and the family meals were just wonderful. And it was.
You said you had mentioned that you. Well, you already mentioned some names, but you mentioned you served some celebrities, right? Because I know we talked on the phone, listeners. So you don't know, just so you know, we talked about what we're going to talk about, and one of the things that obviously people want to know about is celebrities, and that. So
so
whatever you can tell us on that front, would be dope.
Well, since I'm a cook, they kept me in the back, right? Yeah, so we're not going out there to the
you're not shaking hands and talking to them and stuff. But
I did get to cook for them, and on one of these last occasions, I sent a steak out to Scarlett Johansson's table.
Damn.
So ScarJo had been there the season before also, and I got to cook her some chicken then. But anyway, this past time, she told the waitress to tell me that was the best steak that she has ever had in her life.
Damn.
And, the chef and I were high-fiving each other. He had...
Shouts to ScarJo.
Yeah, ScarJo's not a vegetarian. She's not.
She's a meat eater.
So, and then the first season, I think the coolest thing was Robert De Niro.
Damn.
Robert De Niro goes in there. And,
never heard of him.
Yeah, come on, man. Yeah, are you still trying to get through the Irishman?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So Robert De Niro's there, and he orders a lamb dish. Now, there's, I'll try to paint this picture the best I can, but it's a very, very intense service, and the chef is screaming at us. We have to be we have to pay very close attention to what comes in. That way we can have it ready, because once he asks for it, we have to give it to him within 5 minutes.
Holy shit.
So I had a very, very difficult station, and I was in charge of the grill, and we're talking it's 150 degrees in my zone, easily 150 degrees, peak summer. And in the middle of service, if the stress can't get any worse. They're like, okay, Robert De Niro's out there.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, cool. What is he gonna order? And of course, he orders something off of my station.
Oh shit.
And so it was a lamb dish, and it was some double cut lamb chops with a Moroccan ratatouille. Very, very fresh composition. A nice lamb reduction for the sauce. And man, I was sweating, and I was just trying not to fuck it up, trying not to back everybody else up, because to be a good teammate, you have to have your food up in the window when everybody else does, just so everybody's food can hit the table fresh. And it's a difficult pickup. You got to get that protein perfect, whatever temperature they want it. And so I made the dish the best that I can, and I really, really focused in, and I sent it out. And within it must have been 2 to 4 minutes into him eating the dish, he ordered another one.
Holy shit.
And so I had to get that one out and ready also.
You must have liked it.
I hope he did. And another really cool story about that season was Daniel Humm, Chef Daniel Humm. He had at the time.
Tell me who that is. Yeah. Oh, you're about to. Okay.
Yeah, he had at the time. He had the #1 restaurant in the world on the list of the 50 best restaurants. And it was really cool cooking for Daniel Humm. A lot of pressure as well, and he had the best restaurant that year.
Yeah. He does what you do.
So typically, you could even say he was the best chef in the world at the time. And so he goes in there, and he has a restaurant in the Hamptons as well around that time. It was 11 Madison Park Summer House. So he had his crew with him, and they're talking Hamptons. They're talking about the restaurant. They're talking about what they're going to do, and they chose our restaurant to go and sit there and do that. And he loved it. I cooked him a nice 22-ounce bone-in ribeye, and with this amazing butter compound on there to finish it and make it nice and buttery. And he loved it so much, he came to the back and he took a picture with all of us. And he even came back 2 weeks later with his wife and ordered the exact same thing. So that was really awesome.
That says a lot.
Yeah, and there was a lot of celebrities going in there. You know, in this past year, wasn't any different.
Yeah.
And you know, it's a lot of pressure, and once you cook on that level, you know, there's nothing that is gonna, you know, kind of frazzle you, or it's really good conditioning, you know, mentally and physically. And you know, techniques wise, and learning how to be prepared and stuff. It's just done wonders for my career working in that environment. And you know, in between seasons, I also had the opportunity